Welcome to another episode of the Read Pile. I have here Spider-Man Reign. This was just released a couple of weeks ago, and I did not immediately read it, which I now regret because Spider-Man Reign 2, the first issue of that, came out this week, and there are a lot of references to prior events that I had forgotten because I haven't read this for a long time. I didn't own a copy, and I rectified that, like I said, a few weeks ago when this came out. I have now reread it, and it's still incredible. If you have not read this, I highly recommend it. It's phenomenal. It is essentially a Dark Knight Returns for Spider-Man. There is a newscaster, this smiling jackass, who is named Miller Jansen, which, I mean, should give it away. And his co-host is named Var. I don't know that that's a reference to Lynn Varley. It seems like too much of a coincidence, but this guy. It is very much in that same, like, it's plot-wise, right? It's similar to Dark Knight Returns, but also just the state of the world, that sort of trade-off of safety versus freedom. I think that's mentioned here on the back as well. Traded freedom for security. It's still incredibly relevant. It was relevant back when this was first published, back in 2006 down there, it says. And it's still relevant today. Like, you know, our country is still dealing with these questions of safety, security, how much freedom we're willing to give up to feel safe. I love the art in this. It's such incredible shots. I love, too, Peter in and out of the mask, not just in this book, but in most of the time, I'll say the better writers, because I haven't read, you know, every issue of Spider-Man, but for me, Peter is someone different in and out of the mask. He puts the mask on and he becomes more confident, he becomes funny, and that's incredibly apparent in this. He is out of the mask for quite a lot, and he's broken. He doesn't want to get involved. He wants to be left alone. He's lonely, which is valid. Something has happened to Mary Jane, and I don't remember exactly when One More Day happened, but I especially like any time that Peter and MJ are married in the future. Kingpin is someone that I had forgotten about. He's has a major role in this, and he has a minor role in this, but there's a lot of setup in this for the second series as well. There's Jonah, and I just love, so Jonah does all of the talking here and Peter just closes the door. It's a brilliant scene. I love it. The writing is phenomenal. The art is incredible. This page, it's powerful stuff. It's brutal, both physically and emotionally. The things that Kaare Andrews does to really all of the characters is, it's incredible. I like to, because this does have a version of the Sinister Six at one point, spoilers, Sandman is apart from the others, which was a story beat that happened in Return of the Sinister Six. I don't remember if it was part of the original Sinister Six or not, but certainly in Return of, and then also Revenge of, Sandman is a bit apart from the other five, which is an element here. There's this crazy, so there's this security system within the story. It's enveloping the city, and this reminds me weirdly of Highlander 2. I don't know that anyone else makes that connection, but the constant rain, this shield, it's to me anyway, and then there's a portal to elsewhere. just screams Highlander 2, which, if you have not seen, my wife hasn't seen it, and I've been struggling with this for a couple of years. We did watch the first Highlander movie, because, I mean, everyone should watch the first Highlander movie, but the second Highlander movie is not good. I do think, however, it needs to be seen because it is so bizarre, like how that movie got made. It's worth it to see just how weird, like how separated, how vastly different those two movies are. Anyway, I'm talking about Spider-Man, but I'm remembering Highlander 2. It's weird. Anyway, this is incredible. I loved it. I could say a lot of things about it, but I think I've broadly said what I wanted to say. It is still relevant. It packs an emotional punch. The story is incredible. It is highly recommended, and I hope that you read it. I hope that you reread it. If you have read it before but not recently, then pick this up and give it another read, or read for the first time. I loved it. I basically devoured this in a day, because I started yesterday and I finished this morning, but it's just 4 issues. It is 4 oversized issues, so I think I counted the first one's like 36 pages, which is awesome, but this is a phenomenal read. Highly recommended.